Is the needs of the Corps clause in marine contracts transparent? Imagine entering a contract with the United States Marine Corps and encountering a clause that seems to grant broad discretion to the agency. This is the essence of the needs of the Corps clause, a provision often included in military contracts that allows the Marine Corps to modify or terminate agreements based on their operational requirements. But how clear and open is this clause to those who are bound by it? The needs of the Corps clause is designed to provide flexibility for the Marine Corps to adapt to changing military priorities or unforeseen circumstances. It essentially states that the Marine Corps can alter, suspend, or cancel contract terms if they determine it is necessary to fulfill their mission. This flexibility is crucial for military operations, which often requiring rapid adjustments. However, the language used in these clauses can sometimes be broad and vague, leading to questions about transparency and fairness. In terms of clarity, the clause is typically included in standard contract language and is intended to be straightforward. Yet, the scope of what constitutes needs can be ambiguous. Contractors may find it challenging to assess the extent of their obligations or the potential for sudden changes. The clause does not specify detailed criteria or procedures for how decisions are made, which can contribute to perceptions of opacity. Legal and contractual experts acknowledge that, while the clause is legally valid and necessary for military flexibility, its broad wording can lead to concerns about accountability. Contractors often have limited recourse if the Marine Corps exercises this clause, especially if the contract does not specify compensation or notice procedures for modifications or cancellations. This lack of detailed guidance can make the clause seem less transparent, as it leaves significant discretion to the agency without clear boundaries. Nevertheless, the Marine Corps and the Department of Defense aim to balance operational needs with contractual fairness. They often include provisions for dispute resolution and compensation, which can mitigate some transparency issues. Still, the fundamental nature of the needs of the Corps clause means that it inherently grants a degree of discretion that can be perceived as lacking full transparency. In conclusion, while the clause is a standard and necessary part of military contracting, its wording and application can sometimes obscure the full extent of contractors' rights and obligations. Its transparency largely depends on how explicitly the scope and procedures are defined within individual contracts and how openly the Marine Corps communicates about potential changes.